in this episode, I have a special guest. Anyone that is being featured into my episodes of the Peter Veth podcast, they all have a special place in my heart. So every single one of them are special. And for this one, we're going to get into a really interesting topic about witchcrafts and scary movies. And if you are listening and if you've been following this, I hope that you can take away a lot of things that my guests had gone through with relationship and careers of whatnot. Because there's always, everyone has a different experiences and how they fought their way through to becoming their higher self. And listening to my next guest on this podcast, he has some really cool, interesting stories about how he got into his work field, and he's also experienced like witchcraft and curses. So buckle up and hang out with us because it's pretty fun. This one's pretty lit, and you'll see why this one is kind of lit. Without further ado, nonetheless, cue the intro. Testing mic check. I talk to dead people, and I still have time to slay. Dead or alive, I keep it cute. And you're listening to the Peter Veth podcast. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Peter Veth podcast. Why am I so demure about my introduction?
Welcome back to the Peter Veth podcast. Hi.
That was good. I fucking hate you. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Now let me secure about it. Welcome back to the Peter Veth podcast. As you can see, we're doing one point of view this time because I don't have the need to edit the other point of view because I want the episode to launch tomorrow. But we have Jimmy Ortiz with me. Hello.
Hi.
This is my good friend. We've been friends forever.
Like over 10 years already.
Yeah, I think it was more. Yeah, it's more. Yeah, it's more.
At least.
I think it's about 20 years, bitch.
Yeah, since we were born. No, I'm just kidding.
Jimmy came around when I was dancing with Rush that time, or was it Static Noise?
Yeah, I mean, I knew of you when you were in Rush because I was like a teenager in the youth center that Marcus used to teach at, and you guys used to practice there. So I remember seeing you, but we really didn't connect until ABDC.
Yeah. I was on MTV, America's Best Dance Crew season 5. Just want to let y'all
just
know.
Like if I haven't mentioned it before.
You were at the rehearsal like almost every night.
Yep. I witnessed the development of this group, like forming.
Listen,
and
when I tell you we would practice like nobody's fucking business.
Late into the night, like 1 o'clock. And I'd be there like a little dork studying for school. I was like, it's okay, guys. It's fine.
Guys, we're going to get into some really cool topics. I really don't have an agenda for this, but for the most part, I know that a lot of my episodes and the Peter Veth podcast is mainly about spirituality. We always try to relate that to career and motivation and all that. But for the most part, let's just start with Jimmy. What do you do for a living?
Ooh, actually, great question because I just started this week. So right now I do 2 things. Part of it's for school. So I intern as an outpatient therapist at my agency that I also work at. So right now I'm an intern. So I do individual therapy and that started this week. So I'm excited. But before that, I've been with this specific agency for about a year now. And I basically help support in-home therapy, in-home behavioral services, as well as... What's the third one? Oh, I mentor. Geez. They call it therapeutic mentoring. And so that's when I take clients out into the community and we do stuff together, almost like Big Brother, Big Sister, but with more therapeutic emphasis and more like directed to certain goals instead of just like hanging out, which no shade.
Yeah,
Not totally no shade.
Was this ever something that you always wanted to do?
No. So like, I think you know this, but like I got my master's a few years ago. I was working in a whole different field. So I used to work in higher ed. I was like a resident director at one university. I did assistant director for student involvement. So I worked in higher ed doing administrative work, which involved like event planning, supervising staff, all types of stuff, like being a mandated reporter, serving on call, whole different field. And I spent like about 10 years in education overall, as well as like working in the service industry at the same time. So that's what I was doing before. And now I'm in the point in my life where I'm transitioning careers and like, I know what I'm doing. I'm finishing out school. That's where I'm in my internship. And just trying to get licensed as a therapist, mental health clinician.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
I know we talked a little about this when we went, when we went out last week.
We did go out. Was it what we planned? No. But we went out. We spoke and socialized with people.
Listen, we went out to Boston and we're like, let's fuck this shit up on a Thursday night. And let me tell you, back in my days, okay, guys, I'm 39. Thursday night was fucking lit. When we got there, everything was closed. Like the club scene for the gay scene was closed.
Yeah, we went to one spot that was closed for sure. And then the next spot, we get there, we're like, maybe we'll get something to eat. Yeah. Maybe like, we'll have a couple of drinks here. And we look at the time, I'm like, what time do they close? 10 minutes. They close in 10 minutes.
Listen, like, Boston is not how it was before. It just sucks really bad. Like right now.
Different.
It's just different. After the pandemic, I just feel like the new generation don't really go out like that anymore, which is okay. But
it's
me, I still like,
the
socializing. I still love getting dressed up and just go. I always go for friends and music and just show off and honestly, things like that. But it has nothing to do with trying to get something in. It's just connecting with people, just dancing. No, that's what it is.
Yeah. It's more connecting, right? Like we're dancing with each other, right? And like we're doing all that, which is great. But it's also the opportunity, at least how it was before, was to interact with other people to like catch a vibe.
But were we disappointed? No, but we had a great night.
Yeah. We spoke to like the guy who was serving.
Yeah, he was cute.
He was nice.
Yeah, we went out to the diner instead.
Yeah. It was a cute night, honestly, and the food was bomb.
No, it was great food, great night. That's the thing with me. If we're gonna go out, we're gonna make the best of it. I think I can feel that with your vibe too.
I think you and I, we like, I'm like, go with the flow. I was like, we're already here, so let's do something.
I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. But what I wanted to say was, while we were, for some reason, our conversation got pretty deep about like depression. You never really talked about that. That was the first night that like it kind of came about. Like,
oh yeah, I don't talk about it with everybody. Like,
I'm sorry. Like,
do you, no, not in a bad way. No.
Not me fucking.
I mean, no.
Give me your fucking life story right now.
No, not at all. What I mean is like I don't go around talking about it all the time, right? So like people who are close to me, I'll be honest with them, and then I'll say, yeah, I was depressed, or I'm like, oh, I'm depressed this morning, and I'm like, working through it. I mean, I'm also in therapy and I've been working at this for a long time. I've been like struggling with depression for a long time, to the point of like suicidal ideation. Not that I've ever like, gone to the point of having a plan or actually wanting to do it, but like the thoughts and stuff, like, that's happened. But through therapy and a lot of work, like I've been able to, it is something that I live with. And it is a part of me to some extent, but I am more than just my thoughts, right? So
love that.
I've learned the power of like separating like who I am and my being from like what my thoughts are generating, right? And so like, just to like get into my depression, like it's pretty major, it gets pretty severe at times. But I've learned to separate myself from it.
What was interesting about when you were telling me the story, because I can relate to this too, which I love hearing people's story, how they came out of the rut of depression. You kind of got yourself there. And I was saying one of the things about depression, what happened is that one of the causes, this, by all means, I'm being very sensitive about this too, because I know what depression is. It makes you lazy. And sometimes
Can I offer a different word?
Yes.
And you're not even being lazy. You're exhausted.
You're unmotivated. You're mentally not motivated. Yes.
You're unmotivated. Right. And even like saying unmotivated seems a bit like critical, but just like, I know what you're saying. It's just like, I'm offering a different word because it's just like to create more understanding. It's like, you feel
obviously
tired.
in your field, you can't be fucking telling your clients like you're lazy.
Yeah, no, that's not, that's not how I view it. It's just like, there's something and every, it hits people differently. There's common themes, right? But like when things that you enjoy no longer give you joy, that there's a deeper emptiness going on, right? And there's like a deeper like you're tired. Like,
I
even
think that's-
feeling like you're exhausted, like I don't have the energy to do this, and then tie that in with like self-image stuff, like that changes things, right? And it takes it for me. It took like a couple things to happen, like a change in dynamics with some people that I was close to, and like experiencing something traumatic after that, like just experiencing having a traumatic event, and I was like, I need to get a handle on this, and like in the sense of like, because it's bringing me to places that I don't want to be at anymore.
Right.
Like I don't want to be here anymore, and I'm bringing harm onto myself in a way.
I think that's like the dark part about depression is that feeling unmotivated, where it gets you down into that dark hole where it's like shit. Even if you try, it's like your thoughts don't allow you to. And I think this is why it's important to really tell yourself that you are not your thoughts, because that's what takes control of your depression. But what I love and enjoy hearing people's story, how they came about, is it's always something traumatic or something that just kind of, it's like click. Like I need to like,
and it was coming with my age at the same time, right? I was like, I had this traumatic event like shortly before my birthday when I was turning 35. And there's like, just with age, there's just certain phases where you're just like, your mentality shifts, right? Like at any other age. I think people think that stops like after you're like 25, and like, no, you just it keeps happening.
Speaking of traumatic, I just learned this about Jimmy too.
Yes.
And I love this.
You love this. Speaking of traumatic,
Jimmy apparently was cursed when he was a child. Child or by birth? With birth?
No, like from the womb. Like,
was it from the womb?
Well, it was my dad who was cursed, and then they put. I can get into.
Okay, get into the motherfucking story.
Yeah. So yes, so my father, rest in peace, love that man.
I'm so sorry. I'm like just thinking like I went from depression to talking about curse.
Okay, it's fine.
We're gonna go up and down.
We're on a journey. So my dad. I mean, straight Dominican man, straight man, just at the end of the day. And then Dominican men have a reputation, and I think justifiably so. Not all, right? But hey, there's a lot of them. So my father wasn't faithful. He was like, he was messing around. And then while he was out there, while he was with my mom, and my mom was pregnant with me, there was some lady who tried to hit on him, and like basically he rejected. And she did not take that rejection well.
Yeah, he fucked.
Yeah, so she placed a curse on. What did you just say?
He fucked with the wrong woman.
Oh, yeah. So she she tried to not tried to. She placed a curse on him, basically for him to have like difficulty having kids and like other stuff. I don't know all the details, but basically that, right? So I'm my mom's second pregnancy. She was pregnant 3 times, and I'm her only child, right? So she also had difficulties having a kid with him, but he faced the same challenges later in life too. Anyway, so when it turned out that my mom was pregnant with me, actually, so this was before I was like my mom was even pregnant with me, actually. So when it turned out when my mom was pregnant with me, this lady was like, okay, so I'm going to place a curse so that. And she made a deal, right? Like in our culture, there's brujería or like witchcraft, right? Certain types of witchcraft. And you can use it for good or evil. And you work with spirits to do that stuff too. And so this lady basically made a deal with the spirit to that by the age I was 8, I would die. And that's she did something
fucking freaky.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's like such a common thing. A lot of I watched a lot of podcasts and listened to a lot of stories where they talk about when it comes to wanting something, there is some sort of sacrifice or making a deal with
like a spirit.
With a spirit. It's funny that you say spirit because I don't ever say that either, because it's not always the devil, because a lot of the things that are promised they're all good things too. Because there are things that I make deals with or sacrifice. Like I always talk to my spirits where I'm like, okay, if you can give me a little bit of this, I'll give you that. So there's are good things out there too. It's not always like
they're not all bad, right? Like it's also like the spirit that I'm talking about, there's specific ones, right? Like that people can make deals with and stuff like that.
But with this one, she probably made the deal with
I don't know who. So she made that deal. And
okay,
so
go ahead, you were saying.
She really was like trying to, right? Like she was trying to make sure I was like dying. Anyway, so like there was an example with my mom and my dad were in DR, and they were going up a mountain, not a hill, up a mountain. While my mom was pregnant with me, and my cousin was in the back, and my dad's best friend was in the back, and they were going up the mountain, and my mom was like in the passenger seat, and she notices my father's name was also Jimmy, and she goes, Jimmy, and she notices that he's like going towards a boulder. He's like not shifting how he's driving, and she's like, Jimmy, we're gonna hit it, and we're gonna tumble down because in DR, the mountains there's no railings. It's literally just trees, forests, death, like basically. And so they hit this boulder, and he snaps out of it like when it's too late. So they hit it and they tumble down the mountain and they land upside down. And this is all while my mom is pregnant, right?
With you.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
Right. So survived that, right? So then turned out that was okay. But once I was out the womb, I started seeing something after a certain age. And it would like, follow me around at times and like come out at times. And my mom thought, right, like she thought I was like a scaredy cat. She thought I had seen like a scary movie with my cousins. And like I described what this being looked like. And so it looked like a man, dressed in all black, like a cloak of some sort. Like, and this person was like split in like two colors. So it was like yellow and red. Don't know what that is. But
was it like vivid colors, like bright, like vivid colors?
I have like my memory of it is hazy now, because of the stuff that I'll lead to in a second. Because my mom wanted to make sure that I didn't live with that trauma. Anyway, so yeah, this thing used to show up, and I would tell my mom, but she used to think it was like a scary thing. So point is, to make a long story short, my grandmother was also involved with like witchcrafty stuff, because they say like people, like some people have gifts for things, and so my grandmother did at one point. And so this is when we lived in New York, and so
wasn't your father involved in it too? Like
he did, yes, yeah. So we'll share that in a second, but he also. Yeah, we had like a
Dibble dabble.
Yeah, we had like a shrine and stuff in the house. That was like in a closet and stuff, but anyway. So my grandmother wanted to visit this other I don't know if she was like a medium or like a bruja.
A bruja, yeah.
Yeah. But because I didn't know her official title, but I went, Spanish. My mom went, yeah, you are. Puerto Rican. No, I'm just kidding. So this was in Manhattan. So we go to this house, right? It's in this woman's apartment, old woman. And we're there for my grandma, and my mom and I are in the living room, and the lady calls my mom, and she goes, hey, can I talk to you real quick? And so she like pulls my mom. She's like, I need to talk to you about your son. And she's like, what do you mean? We're here for my...
I just got chills.
She's like, yeah. She's like, I'm here for my mom. And so she's like, well, do you see the spirit that's sitting next to your son? And she's like, what do you bitch. Mean? And she describes the thing to the T, like exactly how we see
how him. You see it. I just got goosebumps.
And so that
must have freaked your mom,
because my mom was like, okay, like at first she was like, well, we'll see. And then when she described the thing without her telling her, she was like, fuck. So then that's when my mom learned, because the lady told her like, your husband rejected this woman, and she placed a curse on him and on your son, and he's gonna die by the age of 8, because the spirit is gonna draw closer to him because it's gonna take his spirit away. And I would die. And so she finds this house. She's like, is there anything I can do? And she gives her like some steps to take that she had to do without like my knowledge. So like there was a whole bath I had to do, and like she like placed something on there my mattress. But basically she did what she needs to do. Before she did that though, she spoke to my father. She called him and she's like, I swear to God, if my son dies because of your cheating ass, you better fucking hide. Right? Like that's, and then, she made it happen. She
gave it to him. Yeah.
And they made it work. And so.
Do you think because of your dad also like practicing brujería, it also somehow protected you?
Yeah, they've told
me. Do you think of that?
Maybe.
I don't know why, but that just came into my mind.
That's interesting. Because I've been told, like, and they told my mom that. Like that lady told her that, and she's like, I've had other like almost like mediums and brujas like tell her like your son is like really protected for some reason. Like he's protected by like angels and stuff, right? Like, and I'm like, interesting. Which I survived that crash, which that's the evidence of that. But she's like, you've always been protected. So I don't know
and
if
you're
that's
still protected because you passed 8 years old.
I did well past 8 years old. So that happened. I survived that, but my mom also did like something. So she's like, part of the solution to that was that you would start to forget some of it.
What did she do?
I don't know. It was like the bath, and like she had to put something under my mattress without me knowing. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I forget. Or I don't think she remembers.
It's funny because in the Cambodian culture or superstitions, a newborn baby, what they do is that they will actually take a pair of scissors and will tuck into the newborn's babies underneath of their pillow to get rid of nightmare and evil spirits, because they have said that newborns are, their soul is still so sensitive and pure. Yeah, and they're kind of like a portal. They can see things and feel things. So the sharp object is represented to keep the darkness, the evil things away. It's so interesting how like we kind of have a little bit of similarity.
Yeah. So it's not right.
She might put a Glock underneath.
she's like, I swear to God.
I'm just kidding.
Can you imagine? Yeah, she low key taught me how to load the gun and everything in case I saw the spirit. She's like, and then you shoot it.
Shut up. She's like, I'm gonna teach you to do this.
Yeah.
Your father.
Oh, so he used to practice.
Yeah. Also, forgive me for bringing this up, but he is of late.
He passed away.
He passed away.
He passed away, and I was like,
it's funny because I was telling Jimmy this a couple of weeks ago. I was like, every time when you come around Wandy, which is my one of my best friend, I always have to say, I can never tell, but it's like there is a male energy that's here that's have been. Was he unalive? Right?
No, he was shot.
He was, unalive, like shot, yeah. I've always, I don't know why I've been saying that. It's because when I'm on live on TikTok, you have to be careful what to say. But yes, he was shot in the back.
In the front.
So if I always feel something, but I can never point it. I never asked either. So I'm always like, someone is here. But then, and it's funny too. I've always thought of a necklace between the both of you. So now I'm curious about Wandy if his father also has some sort of necklace for him.
I do.
I know you do.
Oh, I was like, girl.
But I'm saying like I've always sensed that. And then never said anything until you told me about the time you fucking got robbed.
Oh, this summer.
I was like,
when they were trying to mug me.
So that whole necklace has been for you, and then the gunshot has been for you this whole entire time. But now I'm curious. So when I see Wandy, or when I have Wandy on this episode.
On this episode.
Not this episode, kidding. On another episode. I'm just like, by the way. But anyway, Jimmy, on broad daylight, right?
Yeah.
Was walking his dog.
Yeah, I was walking the dogs. So I have my dog, my mom's dog, and my roommate's dog. My mom's dog is 5 pounds. So I strap her on like a baby. Because I'm not doing all that. They're all different sizes. So my dog is 30 pounds. And then I also walk my roommate's dog because he never walks that dog, and she's 13 pounds. And so I was like, well, she's now ours, right? We're basically adopting her. So anyway, on this day, I was walking, and I was minding my business. Now, I will say this. There was this necklace I would wear all the time.
Yeah.
I got it when I was like 16 from my dad. But I was wearing it. It was under my shirt. I was wearing a button up, but I'm sure you could see it too, because sometimes I wear my shirt like open. Yeah,
sometimes his cleavage.
Sometimes I'm, like, titties out. Why not? Why not?
Exactly. You have it, so
So no, but so whatever. I was wearing a button up, and I was listening to a podcast. But it was broad daylight, so I didn't think anything was going to happen.
Podcast, it'll just get you into the zone, it was like autopilot. You're ignoring it.
And so my dog had stopped to poop. I took the phone that I had because I was like checking something, and I put it in my chest pocket too. So there was that other piece, right? So hence why I was targeted. So these 3 teenagers, I'm going to say they were like, I don't know, like 17. I would say the oldest maybe 18, maybe so it was 3 of them. I stopped to pick up my dog's poop, and one of them goes like this, like that, and I just see like my shirt just rips open, and I'm like, what the hell?
Oh my!
And I see like the
gosh.
chain like crawling up my side. And I just like grab at it. And it's interesting, you know, like what your brain can do. Like when you go into like fight or flight,
Fight or flight, yeah.
that your brain really just shuts everything else off. And whatever it's focusing on, it's going to focus on.
Yeah.
So my brain went into fight.
Yeah.
And so I see the chain, I like grab it and I'm like, they're trying to rob me of my necklace. I'm like, what? So whatever, which triggers me in other ways. And so I take the chain, I put it in here, right? Mind you, I have the 3 dogs. Yeah. I have this one here and the other 2.
Oh, damn.
And so now I will say this. These were 3 fellow, I'm going to say they were probably Dominican like me. And so one thing about the island is that people are afraid of dogs. And so these 3 were not thinking about, they just saw the opportunity. They were not thinking about the fact that I had 3 dogs.
Yeah, yeah. And
so 2 of them are not really getting that close because there's my dog and then there's the other dog. Like the other dog, the 13-pound one, she was found in the street, so she's a thug. So she's like, don't fuck
with any of us.
Yeah, she's like really like that, right? So her, I didn't worry about it. My 30-pound dog, she's like also not with the shits.
Yeah.
If we're being attacked. So the other 2 are not coming at me, right? Because they're afraid of the dogs. The one that's like trying to really rob me, he starts going towards the street. He's like facing me. And I'm like, literally, it's just silence in my brain. But I see like the ring that was attached to my necklace go flying in the air. And I'm like, so I see it and I start stepping towards it because I see he's going to want to go for it. And I go like this. And then I remember in that moment, I was like, there's 2 other people. Yeah. And then I looked to see if like anybody's coming at me, but they weren't. And so then when I look back around, he swings at me. And I go like, I literally go like this. But I'm getting triggered and like in the moment too, because like I also had like after my father's death that were like people robbing my family and shit. Yeah. So that like me having few things.
You witnessed that too when you were younger?
I didn't. Well, I experienced it.
Oh.
Like damn. That's another story. So yeah, this is life. You know, but anyway, I step, whatever. He swings at me. I back up, and that's when I clench my fist and I start going. And I'm also not saying anything the whole time.
Right.
I'm like silent.
Well, what are you gonna do? Like hit me, baby.
You know, people start saying shit like, "What the fuck?" Blah, blah, blah. The most I said initially was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
And then after that, I was just silent.
Yeah.
And so when he swings, he misses, and I start going at him, and then he starts running.
Yeah. He best to run. And what happened to the ring? Oh, you picked it up.
Wait. So like I'm running after them. I stop chasing them. You're not supposed to chase. So this is a word of advice. You're not supposed to chase people who are robbing you because you don't know what they have on them. You don't know if they have weapons. So it was me in the moment, not thinking and reacting. Right. So I'm chasing them. I look down. My dog is running, but I don't have the leash like attached to my hand. And I was like, fuck, she's off leash. So then I slow down and I stop. Because I'm like, it's not worth it. Uh-huh. And so that's when I stopped. But I luckily, literally, my phone was in the street, not broken, and still here with me. My necklace, everything, I found it on the ground. And I kept it.
That's good.
So, you know, the event was like traumatic in the moment. And then, you know, I dealt with some PTSD after that, but then I was fine.
You know what I've learned about jewelry, if it goes missing or if any situation of that matter happened to you, my father, because he's also a spiritualist and he's also a psychic, so as my mom used to always tell me that jewelries, because they carry a lot of energies, and mind you, people want jewelries for other things. They've always said that it does not belong to you. That's why it happened. And they always tell me that, and if you carry it later through your life, it can become worse or not. I'm not saying that's not gonna be worse, but I'm just saying. But now you learn your lesson. Like you're not gonna wear it around that area in broad daylight with your titties hanging out.
My big old breast. No.
And you know, was it gold?
Oh,
yeah, you know, gold against our melanoma skin color. Like,
it looks great.
It looked exactly.
Because it's like it's nice. It's a really pretty, and it's like encrusted in there. Yeah. Because it's from when my father was a drug lord. And so, you know.
Well, see, you learn that.
There's just so much there. You know?
Can we talk about like what happened to him? Who got robbed. You don't have to go into details, but
I've experienced like 2 versions of robbery, right? So one was the first time I ever felt robbed was when they broke into my house when I was a teenager.
Oy,
but none of us were home, of course, where they broke in and stole a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So that happened. And then after
this is all in New York.
This was in Mass. When I was a teen, I was already here.
Okay.
I was in New York like through 9/11. So I was like 11 years old.
Oh, it's so interesting to live in around there. Okay, anyway, go ahead.
But like I lived in Queens, so it was like right in the city, but still it was in the map.
Wait, time out before because my mind goes. Did you know that do you know that I had a vision of 9/11 the day it happened?
Oh, I was like, what do you mean?
I remember this so well. It was sophomore year. Was it freshman? One of those. I woke up in the morning, like around 6 or 7, and I woke up from a nightmare of people screaming trapped inside a tall, tall building, and I saw explosive everywhere, right? And I've never felt anything so I felt like I was trapped in the building itself. And I remember I woke up, and when I tell you I've never had nightmares like that where I'm like sweating, like I'm actually like hyperventilating. Yeah. So then it was early in the morning. And I went to go get ready. And because my dad wakes up early in the morning, he makes his coffee and he saw me just kind of like standing there, like staring off into space. So I've always been psychically tapped, but it's just that I didn't know what was happening. So I kept playing the vision that I was seeing or the dream. And my dad looked at me. Then he said it in Khmer though, but he looked at me. He's like, "Are you okay?" And then I kind of I wanted to tell him like, "Hey, I had a nightmare about people screaming like in a building and explosive everywhere." And then he was like, "Do you not want to go to school today?" I was like, No, I can go to school. And once I got to school, that's when I saw all the teachers like crying and everyone's like running around. But anyway, good story. You were saying?
No, I was there through 9/11. Then I moved here as a teenager. Oh yeah, we're talking about those.
It's so like bing bong, bing bong,
bing bing bong, bing bong. That's why there's editing.
Yeah, I'm not editing anything. So yeah.
You said this is gonna run through.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So that was the first time, right? And then the second time, so after my father died, I had family members on that side because he had like more than one house in DR. Break into the house after I had left for the funeral. Like I was there for the funeral and then I came back. And he had just been buried and they went into both homes and stole everything. Furniture.
Damn,
clothes.
So they fucking...
Oh, they took...
So they knew then...
They knew what?
That it was his funeral? Is that what you're saying?
It was right after his funeral.
Yeah.
My family members were there.
Yeah.
So then they just like, well, we're breaking into these homes and we're taking everything.
Damn.
And they took pretty much everything, but the actual homes themselves that they could.
Yeah.
And so... Yeah, that's also part of the traumatic event. And so, like, there's just a lot.
You know, right? I mean, I grew up in the hood too, so I've experienced a lot of crazy things. Drive-by, shooting, a lot. So I can only imagine. Yeah,
but at the same... So then now... Hold on.
Go ahead.
Like, now, just to tie in...
Only because I forget easily.
I was like, pause. Because that's what my reaction to the necklace was. That's why it locked in so much. Because I was like, I can't have this happen. Right? It was the traumatic event replaying. I was like, I can't have this happen again. I also don't have my father with me anymore. Right. So like, it's like, please don't take this from me. Like, and it, So
you know like what I've noticed, because we grew up going through some traumatic experiences. The way we deal with situation now, we're very, I don't know if you're like this, okay, but this is how I am because, you know, it was rough for us growing up and we experienced a lot, even like, you know, my brother's getting arrested. And then also like my little brother had like a near death experience, just trauma, lots. And then, you know, my father passing and stuff. So when there's a situation that pops up, we kind of handle it a little bit more, how do you say this? Not dramatically, if that makes sense. Yeah,
I think.
Because that's
of
how
so
I
many
handle.
things.
Yes. Do you?
So many things have happened.
And I'm
right?
not just saying like you getting mugged. I'm just saying just life in general.
It's just like when, because I won't say like it's all been rough, right? Like it hasn't all been rough. Yeah. But there's been a lot of shit.
Yeah, we experienced
it's just a lot, and you're just like, God damn. And then you learn about like even in the field that I'm working in now, you learn. I learned that before I started working in this now, but even more so, it's how much there's a lot of people who go through a lot of shit. And everyone's just given different shit. Some people have less, some people have more. Some people who have less, sometimes it's significant, sometimes it's not.
In your field of work, do you think that one that is good at what they do is someone who had also experienced almost everything in life?
I think it helps to have to be experienced, right? I think what really helps you is to be real with yourself. And like in school, they make you like analyze yourself and like do reports on yourself and
interesting, like
really looking at your whole life and like how you function. And so, and looking at it separate from yourself and being like, oh yeah, okay, you know, and like, oh, this is where I'm at and this is where I'm hung up. You know what I mean? So I think you have to be very real with yourself about where you're at in life and like all the shit that you bring with you.
Right.
And then being open to difference. Right? Not everyone is having their significant experience, like their individual experience. Mm-hmm. So like you have to be open to difference.
Right.
In my opinion, you have to be, so that way you can be open to relating to someone else's experience.
I mean, if you're not open, how are you gonna do this work and try to connect with people?
Yeah.
You know, because I'm pretty sure there are bogus people out there.
I've worked with people who like, that I'm like, why? And even like, not even just in this field, like in education and stuff, they like, it's more giving or in service of others kind of roles. And where it's not about that. It's you're really doing this for you. Like if you really think about it.
Yeah. You know, that goes back to like just my spirit work with being a psychic medium. It's the same way. You have to be open and I've never gone through murders or suicidal, like, I'm not dead. I'm still here.
Yeah.
But it is being open to heal others. The fact that you said that it also heals you. It's the same thing with my work. The reason why I love doing what I do with my psychic mediumship is because it's healing for me also. Yeah. You learn things about yourself too, like during a session.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, and you have to be working on your healing too. Like you have to heal yourself because what happens is, and I've witnessed it, is that like people will, like they say, they're bleeding onto other people, right? Like your stuff is getting into the stuff. Keep bleeding. No, but truly, like, it is healing though.
Time out. How are you feeling right now, guys? FYI, we're drinking margarita. Margarita juice. It's pretty good.
Margarita juice is good.
If you didn't even,
she's at the bottom. Yum.
But yeah.
What was I saying? It is healing for me, right? Like, but I do go into it like with the mentality, like I'm here. I'm really here to help you. And it's not even just about healing, right? Like sometimes people don't have like damage in that sense, right? Like I don't want to call it damage.
You probably see some really rough shit, right?
Yes. I mean, I'm not putting people's business out there, but I had a recent session where I was learning a lot about someone's life and life journey and of a lot of traumatic events that are different from mine.
You still go to people's home, right?
I still go to people's
How do you feel about that? I mean, I'm pretty sure you're somewhat spiritually connected to. Do you ever feel like there's a lot?
Oh yeah, like yes. I mean, there's the physical, right? Like everybody can feel that, but
I'm pretty sure if you go to a rough home and if there's like cockroaches,
that's one thing. That's one thing, but
anything like dark though,
sensing something in the house or like sensing like. There's a reason why people say like, oh, the tension was so thick in a room, you can cut it with a knife, right? Like that's a way that people you feel it, right? Like
yes.
It's not even that you just walk in, you're like, ooh, something's up. Like you feel it in the air. And so, sometimes you walk in and you can feel things. So you're just like,
I only did like maybe 2 house calls on my years as a psychic medium because I've heard like other psychics saying like they don't do house calls as much, but I'm kind of open to actually doing house calls because maybe I do want to feel some fucking scary shit out in people's home. But
and I think it helps. You just have to be in a space to receive it, and then also create space for you to release it. Right? Because if you're taking on the energy, you have to be able to release it somewhere. It's like recycling that energy. You know what I mean? Like if you're gonna go into a space, that's how I feel. When I leave, like a heavy ass session or something like that.
Look at the sunset, like how it's just beaming through the trees.
Yo, the way the sun is like,
it's like hitting. Look at you glow. Look at that. You guys, if you guys are audio listener, I always say be a visual listener too, okay?
Yes, visual. I see with my ears. Okay, Daredevil.
But look how beautiful it is right now. Just to get into this, when I see stuff like this, I always say this is a sign from God. I know it. We're jumping from one subject, but I always say that.
That's okay.
When I see things like this, I always like, oh, it's
yeah. What does my mom say? She says it in Spanish. Like, she used to say this shit to me a lot growing up. And I make this face because she.
Bitch, I thought you were speaking Spanish to me 2 seconds ago. You were like, sure.
I was getting there. I was like, ay. But she used to wake me up on Saturdays, like at 7 o'clock in the morning in high school. She's like, let's clean. But then, you know what she would do?
Damn, not 7 o'clock in the morning.
Music bumping. And she'd be like this, open the window. And she's like, entre la gloria de Dios. And so she means like, like, may the glory of God enter, right? So she's like talking about because the sun. She was like, and I'm like, it's 7 o'clock in the morning.
Listen, she's getting her life early. No, I love that. You know what's funny? Growing up in the 90s, it's still now. I remember on the weekends, it's always reggaeton, salsa music, like early in the morning. And you know what? It never bothered us because we grew up in a diverse neighborhood, and that's just how it is. You guys would play the Spanish music. Everyone would come on, clean the cars, and then they would be Khmer music with the karaoke system going on. Like
and that's even us, like across the states, like let's say the states. Oh, I guess. Yeah. In the towns, like dance hall with no like actual like from the actual Caribbean, aside from Dominicans and Puerto Ricans who don't make that music. Like we all listen to that.
We grew up listening
grinding.
To that. Like I was seriously like I have no fucking business grinding in middle school, but here I am. I have no business grinding some straight bitch back in middle school, but
I did not know how to do. I was such an awkward person, like as a teen, that I was not a dancer until I started taking class when I was 14.
Really?
And then I started loosening up.
I've always been a dancer.
My parents never like put me in anything. And I would dance by myself. Like music would be like, or like, and then the only thing they taught me to dance to was like Spanish music.
Yeah.
Like bachata merengue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, I knew how to do that.
Yeah.
But everything else, no one was teaching me that. And when I was living in New York, drug lord money, I went to a private Catholic school. So I went to a private Catholic school where like it was a bunch of white kids and they were not dancing to bachata merengue, or doing dance hall at that time. And so
listen,
it was
bitch,
different.
Back in like 5th grade, I was doing the baby cry, hitting the damn fucking floor at the
that's
cafeteria.
Not what we were doing in my school.
At the middle school dances, they would turn the cafeteria into a dance night. It's so cute. Damn, I remember battling bitches too back in like middle school. Like, you don't ever want to fuck with me. Let me tell you that when I was younger. I still want to like freestyle and battle people because it's like, but who's going to battle me?
Who's going to do that now?
Exactly. No one's battling me at the club. Now, when I used to go to the club,
you can run into anybody and it's fun. Like it's not even to be like, you're just like, we're sharing this.
Yeah.
We're showing off moves.
At state, okay, going back to like how whack it is. Back in the day, when we go to the estate, there used to be a circle all the time. Like, bitch, the kids were voguing, the kids were crumping. Like,
people were just throwing the moves out there and trying. Yeah. But people, I think, they talk about this like everything's recorded. So now, and because this younger generation is so used to like, that's what they grew up in, the reality. Yeah. They don't have a time without something in your face being like this.
Because we grew up and You Got Served, Save the Last Dance.
There's that too. We used to love our dance movies. Man. Yo, they used to put just straight up dance movies in the movie theater. You don't really see that shit anymore. You don't.
They don't.
And I'm sure that, because people aren't watching that as much. I don't know if that's like a thing or if that's a change it. But like,
are we good for what? A half or one more?
Go one more. What's wrong with you?
Do we have room to keep talking?
Yeah.
That's okay.
Pause.
Keep talking.
You must be like, pause. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause, but keep talking.
Okay.
ABC 1, 2, 3.
Wait, what was I talking about though?
I don't know. We were talking about dancing.
Yeah. So just it's just. I don't even remember what I was talking about.
That's okay. I'm cracking up because I told you to shut the fuck up.
You're like, I paused, shut the fuck up. And I was like, okay.
Oh, sorry. Guys, if you're curious what we're drinking, it's called On the Rocks.
So if you want to sponsor.
On the Rocks, if you want to sponsor.
Yeah.
This is sparkling watermelon margarita. It's pretty good. It has lime in it. 10% alcohol.
And we are just splitting it.
And you know what? We're splitting it. And I was, the whole time during the conversation, I was like,
you're like, baby, I can hear my mind, my fantasies.
Oh, here, let me pour you first.
Oh, you're so nice. Do it.
Oh.
You're fine.
I think about you all the time. Yeah,
in my dreams.
Wait.
Bye.
My baby, something to go. I'm so wrapped up in the something. Let me go. Let me breathe.
Say I'm my fantasy.
Okay,
we're gonna stop.
Shut the ball.
Stop. Shut the ball. Let me give it to you. And I don't want to let people say. I don't want to watch out what I do. That's all I know. I don't know the words. And I apologize.
I love Sean Paul. Like Sean de Paul.
He was cute.
He was cute.
People didn't talk about that.
He was cute.
Yeah.
He kind of reminded me of that Bad Bunny. Like if
he looked Latin.
Yeah.
He's a light-skinned Jamaican. But I think he's Jamaican.
I think he
Am
is.
I wrong? Am I ignorant? I'm sorry.
No.
But he light-skinned.
Yeah.
He looked Latin. If you look at him in the face at first, you're like, oh, at that time.
Didn't they say that he was like Chinese or something, like Asian, Latin? I don't know.
See that for him,
maybe it was the
sure.
Cambodian folks in Lowell, Massachusetts. They were just saying that, like, yeah, he's half Chinese.
I get mistaken for Kamai.
I don't fucking doubt that.
Older Kamai people will be like, they're still talking to me in Kamai. I'm like, sorry, sis.
You're like, Chumiripsua.
Kenyan Chuma. I go Chinyangye.
Yeah, shut up.
How about if it was just like, by chance, chamoy look like,
bitch.
And they're like, what?
Yeah, that sounds good right now. Can we talk about Halloween season coming up? I don't want the summer to be over yet, but I'm so excited for fall season right now.
I love a good fall.
Are you a Halloween girl?
Of course. I'm gay.
Yeah.
That's, that's like infamous for like Halloween that's our time.
Yeah. What does Mean Girls say? It's the one time of year where you get to
get to be a slut.
Hoe.
You get to be a slut.
Yeah.
In disguise.
Yeah.
Not even.
But our costume's not even slutty to begin with. So
not us.
Yeah.
No, we get into like, you do glam.
Yeah. No.
High art.
Yeah.
I do the costumey kind of situation. It's cute.
I always say, when it comes to Halloween, really go the fuck out.
Yeah, just have fun.
It's the one time of year that you don't get to be yourself, aside from being a slut, because we know that inside of you is a slut.
And you know what? That's okay.
The purpose of
empower the slut.
Yeah, that's true. There's no shame to slutties.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Just be a safe home. Keep yourself safe.
Scary movies. I want to talk about that. Are you a fanatic?
We've watched scary movies together.
I know.
That's another gay thing.
But we haven't seen any.
We saw The Visit together. The one with the grandparents.
We watched that one together. Why am I drawing a fucking blank?
No, you're not. Because remember we talked about this the other day, and it was just we talked about the grandma under the house, and she was like this, and we were like, ah!
Yeah, that movie was that one movie was okay. It was.
I liked it. The twist when there was like, that's not your grandparents.
Their actual grandparents. Yes.
They're like, I don't know who that is. And they're like,
that's freaky. You know what movie that needed a little bit more views, or I feel like it was underrated, was the Barbarian.
Girl, that was so good.
It was such a good movie.
When I don't work there anymore. When I was a high school teacher, at the end of the year, right? Like or when we were like towards break, but I was an English lit teacher, long-term sub, if you will. And I would show them movies or TV shows, and typically they would be horror movies or horror. And I showed my seniors The Barbarian, and I told them, I was like, just so we're aware, there's a hairy boob in the movie,
with her
and so
hanging out
that was so good.
So stupid.
It was so good.
It was sad though.
I mean, yes. What she is sad, and like what she's a product of is sad, but it was crazy.
You know, any movies that has to do with like trauma from like childhood, like, or the parents is like fucking them up, especially those like religion, like
it was crazy.
Let's just say like The Hills Have Eyes, where they fucking up their brain. Those type of movie kind of do something to me. Like the Barbarian
That's
did
just
that
messed up.
because they kept her in the basement and
they lived underground. Yeah. Yeah, what does she eat?
Because like I'm pretty sure there are parents that be fucking do that to their kids. I'm just saying that.
But it's not even his daughter. It was like it was his daughter, but it wasn't because he was like repeatedly. Damn. It was like darker. It was like dark. He was like repeatedly raping.
Have you ever seen 13 Ghosts? Tell me you've seen fucking 13 Ghosts.
I was like young. I was like a child when I saw that.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen it in a long time. So I don't remember most of it.
So supposedly I heard that they're coming out with a series talking about like each ghost. But
that'd be good.
Yeah, but I think it's maybe a hoax. I don't know.
Maybe.
Rumors. But if 13 Ghosts ever come out, bitch, best
I think it'd be good to make it a series.
Do you watch any of the haunted
that's what I used to show my freshmen.
The haunted anthologies? The series?
I used to show them. I used to show them Haunting of Hill House.
Yes.
That was the first one I showed them.
I was like, great.
We're gonna watch this. Yeah, I showed them Haunting of Bly Manor. I would start them off.
I love the Haunting of Bly Manor.
I was such an influence.
I know there was so much mixed reviews on it, but the way
it's so good,
the cinematography for that one and the storyline and the atmosphere of that movie was beautiful.
I liked it. Yeah,
I love it when there's horror movies that are made beautifully like that. Mm-hmm. Have you ever seen Rose Red? This is also a really old movie. It's based on watch it. It's an old movie. It's based on the Winchester haunted home. You know what that is in San Francisco, I think, where she was building the homes and it was like miraculously was building itself too. Quote unquote. She would build like doors that lead out to outside staircase. Jimmy.
No.
How the fuck do you not know this? The way you just said
Jimmy.
Go look up. After this, we're going to look up that's Red Rose, but it's based off the Winchester house.
Okay.
Sarah Winchester, I think that was her name. Her husband was the founder of the Winchester gun. So it was
yes, that I know.
Yeah, that one. So that movie is based off from that story, the Winchester rifle. Like, anyway, but it's a beautiful made horror.
And it's called Red Rose?
Rose Red, I think.
Rose Red.
Rose Red or Red Rose? Red Rose, the Khmer restaurant. I don't know, Massachusetts.
I might be thinking that. Okay. You know.
What's your all-time favorite
scary movie?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't have enough.
I don't have like a favorite. I just like a good plot. So if you can skip, I will give you the one that creeped me the fuck out. And when I watched it I watched it as a teenager.
Did I press record?
You better find out.
Keep talking.
You better find out. You keep this in too. You better find out.
Yes, it's going.
Okay, better be recording.
This is what happens when we're drinking margarita and we're talking.
The one that scared me, I watched it as a teenager, then I watched it again as an adult to show it to somebody else. I was like, I'll be fine. It's not gonna freak me out that much. The Strangers. That was a good movie. Creeps me out because it's so close to reality. Like anybody could do that. And it's just
The Strangers, just to go back, it was about the couple inside
the cabin after their wedding.
Yeah.
And they get visited and
that made me feel so fucking sad too at the end. I was just like,
it was crazy. That ending was crazy.
Movie
but it was
a good movie.
It was torture. It was torture. I hated it. I loved it because it's really good, but it made me so uncomfortable.
Till this day, when I go out like on a cabin trip and stuff, I always still think about The Strangers. Till this
someone
day.
Watching me in the I know, and like the light turns on, and you're just like someone's there. I'm a fighter. Like I'll go down fighting, but no.
Have you seen Evil Dead yet? The new one?
I haven't seen the new ones. I think you were telling me to watch them.
We need to go together. We need to see that one and Insidious.
Insidious? I've seen the first and the second one. I haven't seen the rest.
I've seen the first and the second. I've been hearing a lot of you will always get a lot of mixed reviews, okay? That's just how the world works. But the thing with me, I stay away from people's opinions. And sometimes I end up liking it.
Yeah, I just rather go by my not by myself. That's not what I meant. 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 What I meant was I just like to watch movies, and if I enjoy it, I enjoy it. If I don't, whatever. Mm-hmm. But I'm there with a purpose. Mm-hmm. I'm not a critic. I don't care. Now, if I think something's a waste of my time, it was a waste of my time, and that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to yuck your yum. And I'm going to watch a movie because you know what I'm there to do?
Yeah.
Entertain myself.
Yeah. No.
That's all I want to know.
Have you seen The Mummy?
The new one?
The new one?
The, what is it? What's his name? Oh my God. Because it's blah, blah, The Mummy. Presents The Mummy. It's like, you can't just say The Mummy because of the series. Damn it, I'm forgetting his name and I know.
Blah, blah, The Mummy.
Yes, but I haven't watched that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a little too much for me.
Like gross wise? Like
no. It's just too much of the Hollywood essence was into it. But great storyline. It's pretty good. It's pretty entertaining. I have not seen Insidious and Evil Dead yet. But
I do a lot of Stephen King. A lot. I read a lot.
Stephen King's great. I have not seen Obsession.
Baby, you should. I loved it.
People been telling me, like, Peter, like, watch
it. Was good. I enjoyed it.
I have not seen Obsession. I have not seen Parasite. That one, the Parasite, the Japanese.
The Korean one?
Is it Korean or Japanese?
That one's more like thriller.
Sci-fi. Yeah, okay. I love that.
That one was good. I liked it. It was
it was like psychological, like, wasn't it?
It's a little bit of that, but it's more about. It's also a commentary between like the poor and the rich. It's it's interesting. It's good. I like it.
And Hereditary. That's something that I still don't know if I want to watch it.
You haven't seen Hereditary?
People have been
telling me. That is so good.
Everyone says the same thing. Even when I go on TikTok, everyone talks about Hereditary fucking them up.
Yeah, because so I will say this. I didn't find myself creeped all the way out. Like, I wasn't like, oh my God, this is super, super scary. It was disturbing at times. Mm-hmm. I think the acting itself is really good. Like what's her name? I'm not doing great with names right now. It's the Margarita. Toni Collette. Toni Collette plays the mom, and she has this monologue. She goes off. She's really good at it.
I need to watch it.
The guy who plays her son, I think his name is like Ari. I'm sorry, I forget his last name, but it's Ari something. He did a really good job too. I was overall like really great acting, and disturbing things, but it didn't freak me out. The mood
is like slowly changing because the sun.
Yeah, it's getting into sensual vibes. Smooth operator, smooth operator.
So we're gonna have to plan a night to go watch one of the horror films.
We'll see what. Yeah, especially because Halloween's coming up.
Yes, Halloween's coming up. I want to go to an actual haunted house. If you would love to do that,
like a real one,
like a real one.
Okay, I'd have to get prepared, but yes.
Yeah, but it's not like anything scary. There's a tour guide.
No, baby, we're sensitive to these spirits, so that's just. But
like, what's funny? When I went to my first one, like I thought I was gonna go crazy, but not crazy, but you're just kind of like, okay, what am I getting myself into, kind of deal. But when I got there, I'd enjoyed it. Nothing really.
Yeah, because some spirits are nice, right? Like I experienced that, like when I was living in Connecticut. Bitch, when I was living in Connecticut, I lived down the.
It's said to be fucking super haunted.
I think it's the most haunted state in America, I believe, if I'm not wrong.
They always say one of the states always fucking.
But I think it's Connecticut.
But Connecticut does
because it's infamous for like a lot of. I think there's a town.
That whole fucking section. Hello, there's a town witchcraft, Salem and stuff. Is all that whole town.
Salem's a mess.
No, I know, but that whole area. That's where the the hanging and things like that.
Well, wait, in Connecticut, there's a section. There's like a town, I believe.
A section.
A town. I was gonna say a section. A town. Stupid. That's like sectioned off that you cannot go into. Supposedly, at least when I was living in Connecticut, because it's been abandoned by people because it's like filled with like evil spirits and stuff. That's what they say. There's like a few different like haunted. But anyway, I live down the block from a cemetery, and so spirits be around. And we were so tired as grad students, though. And my roommate at the time, Julie, she can confirm because she and I talked about this. She and I would be like, we checked in with each other, I remember, because we were tired from our internship and being in school. So we would be like in passing, check in about stuff. And it'd be like, you've heard those steps, right? In the middle of the day, like in just like chilling. And it would be us like by ourselves or like her by herself. She's like, yeah, the one that passes through here. I was like, And it was just like, yep. We knew that there were spirits that were so tired that we were like, it doesn't.
You're like, you don't want to exactly. You don't want to look into it. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't fuck with my sleep and let me be. You can be in this house. Do what you need to. We're here for 2 years. Go bother somebody else.
Bitch, I would have been like, you can't be in this house, but you can be outside the house.
you were like brown skin girl. And you just like played piano. No, and so much so that a friend that I had at the time, I was living in Connecticut. She waited for me downstairs. Like I left her in my car.
Mhm.
I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get something. And she literally told me when I got back, she's like, why did I see some lady? Was there a lady in your house? And I was like, no.
Shut the fuck up.
And she literally goes, why did I see some lady in your window? I was like, Izzy, I need you to not tell me that right now. I was like, I need you to not tell me that because I'm going to live there and I'm doing this internship and there's nothing I'm going to do about that. It was like, girl, I'm making $20,000 a year. Like, ain't nobody moving out of here.
Oh my gosh.
She's like, I'm sorry. I'm like, it's okay. I appreciate you trying to tell me, but no.
So
I don't
what
need to
happened?
know. No, it was just a spirit that was there.
Mm-mm.
It's not like like truly, like you could tell if they're messing with you or if they're evil.
I've always gotten questions from my clients, like, how do you how do you know if something is evil? You can tell when something is bad,
sense it.
and you can actually tell when you can feel something else is here, but you know they're not meant to scare you. Or
here's a great example. In that same apartment, right? So I mentioned this roommate. There's a third one that used to live with us. He's dead to me. Yeah, because I don't like him. It's the liquor.
He's dead to me, like literally, or
no, in real life. Like I was just like, I don't care. Don't care for your existence.
Okay.
But at that time, so when we met him, he was always nice and pleasant, right? For the most part, quirky, but whatever. But there was always something inside of me that was like, something ain't right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust this energy. And down the line, he showed his ass. And then and I was like, nice. Like we got along for the most part that I knew.
Yeah. And how is
you
this?
Can sense things
yeah,
from people.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I was gonna be like, how is this related to the ghost? But I was like, but you're talking about sensing. Yes.
I sensed it from jump.
You know what it is? That's like your intuition, your gut instinct that sometimes we don't fucking listen to it because then that's when we bite our own asses. Gut. Yeah. Well, like,
and mind you, like I wasn't like, don't talk to me. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't like trying to hold that feeling against him. I was just, I'm observant. I'm like, I can observe things and people all the time. Yep. And so you just observe people and you're like,
that's the benefit about having a strong intuition. Everyone has it, but you got to know how to use it and practice it. You know, it's not like you have to like meditate and connect with tarot cards. That has nothing to do with that. When you use it to your benefit, it can help you with your relationship, your career. I've always said that it's a powerful tool that we always, that we were all born with. But going back to Connecticut, bitch, I've told you this before. When Haunting of Connecticut came out, do you remember that movie?
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. It's the one with the.
Is it the one with Emily Rose? Were they in court?
That's Emily Rose. That's actually
The Haunting of Emily Rose. Is she in Connecticut?
Yeah. No. Yes, I think that's also in Connecticut. This is a Haunting in Connecticut, but Emily Rose is also in Connecticut. I think that's a beautiful. That one went off. A haunted.
That's the one she goes like connect the cuts, or is that the one Haunting Connecticut? They go connect the cuts, connect the cuts, connect the cuts. You don't remember that? Remember. Anyway,
Haunting in Connecticut is about the family who fucking move into the house and they discovered that downstairs used to be a morgue, and then they found like these wedges They found these wedges, potato wedges, but it's actually eyelids. So they would used to take them and they would make like I think they were like part of like seance or witchcraft or whatever. But anyway. When I went to the theater, the introduction fucking opens up Connecticut, June 19, 1987. Why am I giving up my birthday?
And that is Peter's birthday. I'm gonna look it up and do the math.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's everywhere out in public. So
you talk about it openly. You say, I'm pretty sure you said your age at the beginning of this.
Yeah,
you're fine.
Yeah.
I'm 35. I was born in February 16th, 1991. If you need to know.
But anyway, when that fucking movie popped up, I was like, ain't this some fucking shit? It was a good movie, but Emily Rose.
The Emily Rose one got
Emily Rose.
That one scared me too.
Took the cake.
That one stayed with me because they talked about like, there was like at 3:00 in the morning was like the devil's hour, or 3:33 was this. They're like it's the devil's hour because the devil's trying to imitate, and which is true, right? They teach you that like in Christian, like in Catholic school and stuff, that the devil tries to imitate God.
They teach you that too
about the devil
in Catholic school.
Go, you have to talk about the devil. The devil exists.
Girl,
you find out. Well,
that school would scare the shit out of me then.
What? No, because it's part of the overall.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Story, right? Like it's the overall teaching. Like the devil's the enemy. He's
actually, I wouldn't be scared. I would be so fascinated. My ass would be like, Tell me more.
You just learn about, right? Like that's how you learn that.
Speaking of the devil's hours,
Mitch,
witching
if
hour.
you want to let me finish, I thought. No, I'm just kidding.
No, because if you finish.
Hurry no, I'm joking. Go ahead.
Before I forget my.
Go ahead. I forgot. Go ahead.
What freaks me out is when these exorcism movies, and they talk about the witching hour, and then they talk about like weird sounds, things goes missing, and then it gets stronger when you start smelling like this foul, like
sulfur.
Because
sulfur has a nasty smell.
I don't know why, but every time they talk about that, it always freaks me out. I never want to fucking smell anything like that because then I'm gonna be thinking like the devil's here.
You're so funny. No,
but anyway, you were saying.
I don't remember. Okay. Emily Rose, though, like that going off the witching hour thing, that one did get me a little bit because I was like, that's scary. You know, possession is a thing, I believe, from time to time.
No, it is. I do believe in.
We don't see it or we don't talk about it as much nowadays.
Spirits can possess or channel you. You know, anything evil, we would say possession. Anything that's like spiritual and connected with your ancestors, it's channeling. Because there's a difference. Okay, because the devil, when they take over your body, I'm no demon expert, but they want to do other things to physically. Yeah,
you're like from my perception, from what I know, because I'm also not a demonologist. I think they call it.
Yeah, demonologist.
I don't do that
right now. We're Ed and Lorraine,
right? But like you're
Ed and Lorraine.
I think you like sacrifice control of your own self to that thing. Versus like I think when you're channeling, you're still in control, but you're channeling the energy, right?
Yes.
It's like you're cooperating with each other. There's a difference.
Yeah, but then you have like Westerners who thinks that in other countries when they're channeling their ancestors, they also deem that as demonic and possessed. Like, okay, relax.
They call anything like, but that's also
anything that they're unfamiliar with.
So that's part of colonialism.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna say it. Anything that's not like part of your traditional colonialism is deemed as demonic.
Yeah.
Right? So like that's why a lot of like what they call like brujería, they'll be like, oh, you can't do that or you can't like get into that. But that also has to do with us being conquered. You know what I'm saying? Like that has to do with the colonizers coming through and being like, this what you're doing is wrong, right? That had to do with that too. So you can't disregard
the Europeans.
I'm just like, I feel like you're the same way. We're just open.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's why you have to be open to past teachings and stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
no,
like
I'm very open
know
about
the
these
intention behind it.
Yeah, I'm always open about these conversations when it comes to like colonialism, all of that, because it also relates to like dancing and fashion and all of that. It all like intertwined when you think about it. They kind of fucking take over.
Yeah. So, you know, it's just recognizing some of that stuff. I will share this, like, right, here's an example. My they deem it evil, but the shrine that we were talking about that my dad had in the house, it was in a closet, like that was not open to everybody to see, right? Because we have visitors and we weren't trying to freak them out.
Yeah.
And it's not like we sat there and we were like, worship like that's not what we're doing. Because I think some people were like, what were you doing in your house? Were you like sacrificing chickens and shit? Like, no, bitch. That's not what was happening in my house. But there was like an altar to Saint Michael, who's a saint in Catholic and Christian and Catholic teaching. And so you just do certain things to like honor them, like offerings and things like that, and ask them for protection. Saint Michael's known for protection, right? And so that's the most that he was using it for.
It's like my shrine. They look scary, but they're here to protect.
Yeah, but that's you know when
protect and serve.
I just always tell people like you got to approach things with curiosity. I also think my upbringing allowed me to be open to things. You know what I mean? Like I was going to Catholic school outside of my home, and like my mom taught me to pray. Like those were some of my first words was doing the Our Father in Spanish. But at the same time, my father practiced brujeria at the same time. And it wasn't deemed as something bad. It was just something dangerous, right? Like you don't know, like you have to know what you're doing.
Right.
Because you don't know what you're inviting or if you're being disrespectful or things like that, you know? Like you just never know.
I think, of course, you know, I had this conversation. I forgot who it was. I think it was one of my psychic friends where that conversation popped up, like you really have to understand what you're doing. So of course, you know, me going into this work when I was doing it, a lot of Cambodian folks was coming out of the cut, like, you know, you shouldn't be charging people. You don't even know what you're working. You don't even know what you're doing. You're not even the real deal. You're not even connecting with the ancestors. It's always the people who don't know any better, who doesn't know shit, who doesn't dive in this work. This work that I do is super heavy, obviously, if you can imagine, but it's also very profound. anything that you do, you're gonna understand. But then there are people who dive into these type of work kind of, then all of a sudden they start seeing darker things because you're not being protected. You're not asking for protection to begin with. Anything that you do in life, I can just go into a reading and do it without asking for protection. I can still do it like spot on, but just in general, acknowledging like kind of just acknowledging like you've always been protected. Well, does that make sense?
Yeah.
They will come through like
Yeah.
all your ancestors, and let's just say you go out or you drive. You know, I used to do this all the time. I still do this all the time when I travel out of states, out of the state or out of states. I always ask for protection. You know,
Same.
just it's a normal thing. Even sometimes when I'm driving, when I know I'm going to Boston or something,
Baby, yeah, that's normal.
just acknowledging them.
My mom taught me that. Like she, at a young age, whenever I have to take a trip, and I see her, she like, well, they call it presinando, but like they do like
That's so cute.
a whole,
She's like, you ain't go nowhere yet.
Yeah, and it's
Wow.
like blessing you for your trip. And my mom would do that when we would like take road trips together or like travel anywhere. She'd be like, oh, like to each other, right? For protection. That's normal. Like to channel something else beyond you is like, I don't know. I think it's beautiful. I think people need to, right? There's a lack of connection nowadays with a lot of people. And I think that's right. We're talking back to like going out and like clubbing and stuff and like how people aren't really engaging with each other. Right. And like I can explain it away being like, oh, it's because they're recording and all this other stuff. But at the end of the day, we are individuals. We are people. And it's like, you also have to take the risk. This is your life.
Yeah.
The camera's not your life.
Yeah.
And like you just have to live. That's how a lot of moments.
Speaking of like
happen.
camera in your life, I know we're just jumping bing bong bing, but we also got to end this soon because we have to make 2 parts.
Part 2.
One of my friends used to always say like, you know, you're always on your phone and stuff, and they would always mention that, and it never really bothered me because it's true. Anything that's true about me, I never get bothered, and it's the honest truth. I think this is part of my work. If you call up all my bullshit or something that I said that's untrue, or if I gossip about you and you call me out on that, I'm always that person. Yes, I did.
Was I wrong?
Was I wrong? Yeah, no, I'm very like that. Yeah. That's why my mom and dad said that. Said since the beginning, said you're a very honest person. I've always been that person. If you call me out, if my friends ever upset at me and they give me the cold shoulders, my ass be like, okay, what did I do wrong? I'm always that person. Like,
I'm the same
you're
way,
not talking to me, please let me know because we got to work it out.
I care about relationships.
Yeah, I'm always been that person. And there's not sometimes I get them space. But anyway, going back, they would always say like, you're always on your phone, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, yeah, because it's true. But then I realize, but I'm very present though. My phone is what brings my business and my content and stuff. But when I don't know if you notice this, but when we go eat and stuff, guess what my phone is doing? I always flip it. Boom. Yeah. My ex used to always say that about me too. He's like, I really like that about you. You always like, when we go out to eat, you turn it, flip it over. Thing. Or when
you're present.
When you need to work, like I'm on my phone. And if I'm working, you guys notice this with when you come in with Wandy and stuff. I'm always like, guys, give me a second. I got to do something with work.
I was just going to say that. I was like, you're really good about like, you'll communicate. Like you're aware. You're like, especially if you hear the silence, because I know you pick up on it. You'll hear the silence. You're like, sorry guys, I'm just like working on this. I'll be done in like a couple minutes or a few minutes. I'm like, okay. And that's understanding and that's honest.
Well, it's because you bringing up the phone because people really do live in the phone, which is really sad.
And they
there's
completely
that disconnect.
Check out, right? Like there's a difference between like looking at your phone and still being aware of everything around you, which people can have convinced themselves that they're more aware than they actually are. The amount of times I'm driving and I see and I know they're on their phone. I know they're on their phone on the highway going fast. It's so every day, several people. And I'm like, y'all don't care.
Even when I'm walking down
about
the street,
your own lives.
I don't really often read. Not read. When I'm reading my book, I put a little bit of the drone noise, but I can also hear the birds chirping and stuff. So most of the time when I'm walking, I kind of make the effort to not play my music as much because I really want to hear what was given to us. Oh my gosh.
That was strong too. I felt that. That was like
I have not, but I usually do these drinks. But anyway, guys, it's getting dark as you can see.
Mood lighting.
It's been great, Jimmy.
I know this time flew by.
Yeah. Did you say Oh, time flew
This
by.
time flew by.
Yeah, this time flew by. It really did. I thought you said it's time for bye.
It's time for bye.
It is time for bye too.
It's time for bye.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Peter Veth podcast. I hope you guys enjoy listening to us yapping. Please continue to listen to all the other episodes. And if you are interested in booking your reading, go into my website at www.peterveth.com. There is a promo code that's out there floating around, but you're going to have to do your research on my social media. That's on Instagram, Peter Veth Medium, and also my TikTok. And also, if you want to see any of my readings, go ahead and do that too on my YouTube. Do you want people to follow you?
You can. I mean, whatever.
What's your handle?
Mascara.
I love
that.
Dot. Yeah.
Mustache.
Very
Which
simple.
is another story that I can share at another time.
Yeah. Mascara dot mustache. I like that. Anyway, I'm feeling this fucking margarita.
Marjorie. Okay, Miss Marjorie. Hey. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.